We knew from the very early announcement for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker that Emperor Palpatine would be returning. Of course, everybody freaked out when we saw the first trailer that was released at Star Wars Celebration. I remember being in the crowd there. It was absolutely wild. Nobody expected to hear his voice or that big reveal. Apparently, not even the actor that was involved with the film expected to come back alive. But let's talk about this. So we know from old ideas and sketches for Star Wars The Force Awakens, they originally came up with the idea of bringing back the Emperor for Episode 7, but they wanted to hold it off and build it up towards something else. Naturally, Episode 9 was the one. Ian McDiarmid was brought back to reprise his role from the prequels and of course the original trilogy, and many fans are split on his return and how he was used. But now here's what the actor had to say about returning, which you guys can read the full article down below. And I quote, "I thought I was dead. I thought he was dead, because when we did Return of the Jedi and I was thrown down that chute to galactic hell, he was dead. And I said, oh, does he come back? And George said, no, he's dead. So I just accepted that. But of course, I didn't know I was going to be doing the prequels. So in that sense, he wasn't dead, because we went back to revisit him when he was a younger man. But I was totally surprised by this." He then goes on and talks about how he was approached by J.J. Abrams via emails, and he says when he heard about this, he got really excited and wanted to be a part of whatever ideas they had. So honestly, this is another one of those things where direction and ideas changed when it came to Star Wars. We know George Lucas originally, he wanted to come back and do sequels, but he envisioned them like 30 years after Return of the Jedi. You know, Mark Hamill talked about this, and we know that's out there, so who knows what his ideas would have been. And some of the details that leaked, he definitely wanted a female protagonist, but they were going to be exploring the actual midichlorians and the Wills, and the Emperor was not going to be involved. That was something that they wanted to keep for the EU, which he definitely returned there, and that was an entire complex story, let's say the least. That does actually somewhat mirror what happens in this movie. Okay, so yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, honestly, you know, it's interesting. You never know what's going to happen. And personally, I actually am glad he returned for The Rise of Skywalker, because I liked what they did with him and how they brought it all around. Which, of course, if you've seen the movie, you know which way it goes. So what did you guys think of it? And what do you think about him being completely blindsided by the fact that he was asked to return?